Hey everyone, this is a guitar tutorial for In the Name of Jesus by JWLKRS Worship featuring Maverick City music and Chandler Moore. Before we begin, please consider subscribing to my channel or give this video a like. Comment below on what else you'd like to see in the future. Additionally, if you're interested in any of the gear that you see today, there are links in the description below. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can actually do that by clicking the three dots next to the like button, and you can go from there, and I really appreciate it. If you want to go down the rabbit hole of my brain, well, you can, because I wrote a book called How to Save Catholic Schools. You can check that out on Amazon right now. Just click the link in the description. Join my email list as well for getting the latest news on the channel. And I'll be honest, I am not one of those people that will spam your inbox. In fact, I'm quite the opposite. And you might find that you might only get 1 or 2 emails a month from me just because of my schedule. But that's just the way things are going right now. Without further ado, grab your acoustic guitar. You're going to need a capo today, and let's get started. All right, like I said, you're going to need a capo today. It's going to be on the 4th fret. We're going to be playing the key of G to match the original key, which is B. But when you see the acoustic guitar player playing in the song, well, he's playing capo 4, and just like we're playing now. So here are the chords you're going to need to know. G, C, D, really D suspended, and E minor, and G over B. Now there is an A minor 7 here as well, but that is only later on in the song. And I love that chord. Kind of brings me back to the old Hillsong United stuff from United We Stand era. But anyway, I digress. Here are the ways I play those chords. So playing the G chord, I'm putting my middle finger down on the low E, 3rd fret from the capo, which is the 7th fret of your guitar, index finger A string, 2nd fret, ring finger pinky on the 3rd fret, also on the high E and B strings. That's the G chord. To play G over B, you really just have to emphasize the 2nd string down. I like to lift off the middle finger just a little bit because you're not going to need that low E string. And that's what we really need. That's the B note of the G chord, or the 3rd in the triad. For the A minor 7, I'm putting my index finger on the B string, 1st fret, middle finger, D string, 2nd fret, again, A string down. If you want to go crazy, you can put your pinky down on the high E, 3rd fret, for a more chimey sound. For the C chord, I'm going to go back to that G chord shape, but just bump the middle finger and the index finger down a string, and you have a C chord. This is really called a C2. For the D chord, I can play D suspended here and there throughout the song, so we're going to start with that. Put your index finger down on the G string, 2nd fret, ring finger and pinky go on the high E and B strings of the 3rd fret, and really that's all you need. And you're going to strum the D string down. There's some instances where you're going to lift off on that suspension, so you're just going to play a regular D chord, and you're going to put your index finger on the G string, 2nd fret again, ring finger, B string, 3rd fret, middle finger is going to go on the high E, 2nd fret. And honestly, if you just want to play that D chord the whole way through, it's not going to matter. But just for some parts of the song, it seems like my ear is picking up a suspension. So just be aware of that, and maybe I'm wrong. For the E minor chord, put your middle finger and index finger down on the A and D strings of the 2nd fret, ring finger and pinky go on the high E and B strings of the 3rd fret, and you're going to strum everything. The reason you're putting these fingers on the high E and B strings all the time for most chords, except for the A minor 7, is for continuity purposes. So when that acoustic guitar comes in, you're really hearing that chiminess of the bottom 3 strings, and that kind of brings all the chords together. So if you can make it work, here's the G chord, C chord, D suspended, and E minor. So there's an advantage to kind of keeping all the chords relatively in the same timbre, but that's another conversation for another time. We're going to dive into the song. We're going to put the chords on screen for you. I'll see them as we go along. And then afterwards, we're going to go over some strumming patterns. So stick with me. Here we go. C, G, E minor, D, C, G, E minor, D, C, G over B, E minor, D, C, G, 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 E minor, D, C, G over B, E minor, D, C, G, 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 E minor, D, G. C, G, C, G, C, G, C, G, A minor, E minor, C, G over D, A minor, E minor, C, D, break, C, G, E minor, D, 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 C. Well, everyone, I hope that I was able to help you out with that tutorial. Before we dive into the strumming patterns, I just got to say this song is like drum break heaven, and it is awesome. Got to say the best drum break that I love in this song is the one right after the bridge. It's just so good. And if your team can pull that off, that's awesome. So let's talk about some basic strumming patterns. Honestly, there's going to be one main pattern through this song that you can kind of roll with, except for some builds. And let's start with the main pattern. It goes something like this. C, So something like this. A little slower. And even slower. Down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down. So that's the pattern. You can kind of change it up a little bit to fit your needs, but that's what you should try to stick to as best you can. When there are certain builds, I think it's near the end of verse 1 and verse 2. They build up on a D suspended and it's just straight eighth notes. And you want to make sure you're crescendoing that 1 and 2 and 3, and then you're going to break, and then the chorus begins. And speaking of which, the first chorus is just whole notes. So make sure you're just doing C, hold it out, G, same thing for the E minor and D suspended. All right, guys, that about does it. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, comment below on what else you'd like to see in the future. And if I really blessed you, you can click the 3 dots next to the like button. You can go from there, and I really appreciate it. Check out my book, How to Save Catholic Schools. It's on Amazon right now. Join my email list as well, and you get the latest news from my channel. And again, I'm not going to spam your inbox. I'm completely the opposite. I usually send 1 or 2 emails a month, maybe a little bit more than that, but not much more. Trust me. All right, thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a great weekend. God bless.